In order to achieve, we must first believe, because it's impossible to conquer what we can't perceive. A dream, a task, a journey, or an outcome. In order to prevail, our own belief must be number one. So, in a world filled with adversaries trying to sway us from our goals, I'm here to remind you that you are special. Forget what they say, you're in full control. Starting now. Hey yo! What's goody, everybody? Today's topic: believe in you. The most important thing in our lives is the spirit within ourselves. So it's time we conquer our challenges to become our best regardless of everybody else. Sports, jobs, families, or our dreams. Regardless of what they say, we're tapping in to achieve. So today's focus is how to find the key to our inner being. So now that we're live, let's dive. Point number one, the key. The location of the key is where we start, because before we can begin, we need to locate it in our hearts. So in regards to the location, it's within you. When we hone in on ourselves, we can identify what's true. Growth, development, success, and we're number one. When we believe in ourselves, there's no person better under the sun. This key is accessible, and yours is within you. So in order to access it, this is what you must do. Step one is success. You have to see success. And don't worry about the significance. Minor goals are what's best. Whether it's wake up earlier, hit the gym, make a dish, or accomplish a task, as momentum begins to build, the key will glow brighter than in the past. Because in order to believe, you have to see something achievable. So don't worry about the lofty, start first with what's believable. The next step is support. Support builds steam, because in order to achieve, it truly takes a team. The numbers aren't important and the amount of people are irrelevant, because what really matters is if what they're saying is prevalent. It can be a friend, a parent, a teacher, or a sibling. All you need is one person to pick you up when you're crippling. If they give you a word of encouragement, some advice, or volunteer to help, despite the act being small, is truly monumental to ourselves. So then the last step is consistency. We need to consistently be in action, because when we rest on our laurels, we lower our bar for satisfaction. As we lower satisfaction, we may be happy with what we completed, but if we looked retrospectively, we would feel defeated. So don't stop, don't settle, and don't limit what you can do, because to access this key, we have to move towards what is true. Now, while this path may appear easy, there are a lot of deterrents along the way. So to ensure we keep succeeding, point number two is how to stay away. Point number two, deterrents. Deterrents, roadblocks, walls, and barriers. If we aren't aware, our outcome will become scarier. The key will dissipate and its light will become dim. So instead of easy access, we'll need a map to find this gem. These deterrents can arise from outside and from within. So we're going to dive into each one so this key stays bright until the end. First is self-doubt. Our biggest deterrent is inside ourselves, because regardless of what they say, we have to believe more than anybody else. In moments of sadness, loss, or defeat, this person will collapse and allow themselves to be beat. Everything good is taken for granted, while everything bad is to be expected. So instead of celebrating what they do, they're just seeking moments of dejection. Meanwhile, this person rejects it. Failure is bound to happen, and we can't win every battle. So instead of dejecting ourselves, they won't get rattled. They focus on themselves, how to improve and how to achieve, because they understand that perseverance is the key to believe. So the next are the naysayers. Naysayers are haters that are fueled off jealousy, because instead of finding their key, they live vicariously through you and me. Social media, virtual, reality, or in person, they don't really know you, but their goal is to see you worsen. They'll insult you, put you down, and try to put you in your place. Affected by their words, this person will lower their base. Now believing the naysayers, this person begins deteriorating. So instead of being great, their key is slowly fading. But this person has caught wind of their actions. So instead of adhering, they'll ignore those interactions, mute them, silence, or block their words of negativity, because knowing it's meaningless, it serves no relativity. is only bound to lower their greatness, so it serves no purpose. So they focus on themselves to avoid being worthless. So then lastly are the doubters, the ones closer in our lives. Instead of being strangers, they hold some weight to us inside. Our family, friends, teammates, or our bosses. Thinking you can't do it, they'll focus on your losses. You're not that good, you can't be great, and that's just simply unrealistic. Knowing the person speaking, this person makes themselves simplistic. After all, the doubters know us inside and out, so these people will believe them and begin to have some doubt. Now this person, knowing that themselves is greater than another, they'll refuse any words of dejection even if it's from their sisters and brothers. They understand there's a clear difference between doubt and criticism, because while one details improvement, the other puts their key in the prism. So even though the doubters may hold some value in their lives, this person will separate themselves so they can continue to strive. So now that we've gone over the deterrents and the key, in point number 3, we go over the outcome if you truly believe. Point number 3, the outcome. The outcome of belief is our inner peace, because there's only one you, so you'll truly be unique. When you believe in you, there's nothing you can't do, because you'll have faith in yourself to accomplish what you pursue. Your confidence will be sky high because you have access to your key. So whenever there's a task, it's only success you foresee. Giannis Antetokounmpo from Greece to the NBA, regardless of his circumstances, he knew he could be great. From poverty in Africa to stateless immigrants in Greece, with no working permits, their families struggled to work and eat. His parents moved to Greece to give their children greater opportunities, and despite the onslaught they faced, their belief outlasts their communities. Racism, poverty, bigotry, and the streets, instead of subjecting, they refused to retreat. Seeing the sacrifices his parents made, Giannis and his 4 brothers knew they all could be great. Giannis is a 2-time MVP, 3 brothers were in the NBA, and the other is a music artist. So instead of resting on their laurels, they decided to work the hardest. And the root of it all is believing in themselves. So now we'll highlight what they learned to become our best selves. So first is belief in their key. They knew to believe, because you must have faith in yourself in order to achieve. So stay focused on yourself regardless of the circumstances, because if you're prepared, you'll conquer any of your chances. So second is it takes a team. They didn't do it by themselves. In order to achieve, it takes everybody else. Their parents gave them a guide and helped them inspire hope. So instead of their surroundings, they saw life from a different scope. Instead of poverty and racism, they saw greatness and dreams, because the brothers had each other to reinforce their beliefs. So it takes a team to succeed in our highs and in our lows, because we need those who care to push us as far as we can go. So then lastly is ignore. Ignore the hate. Instead of giving them a voice, we're going to be great. So let them say what they want and let them do what they believe, because instead of hearing them out, we're going to do what the Antetokounmpos did, achieve. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you'd like to see more, please feel free to check out the channel and subscribe, because there's more in store. From one witness to another, you are special. Hook out.